Okay, just put it down.
Green.
Drinking time. We're starting our seedlings.
Green.
All right, hold it.
No.
All right, let's put it down here. All right. Hi, everyone. Hey there. It's Angelina and the team here.
No.
Yes. Yes, it dropped. I dropped them by accident. You have to pick them up. Here you go. It's Angelina and the team here today. But it's been the holiday, and we are back. So, hi, cultivators. Today, we are going to be talking about seedlings. We have lots of seeds to get started in January. Spring is coming. So we're getting a head start by starting our seeds inside. So we are going to be potting up some seedlings that have started, checking out seedlings that are already going, planting new seedlings. Our last set were our mustard greens. As you can see, they settled in and did well. But today's going to be all about seedlings and getting our plants ready for outdoors and what we can start and what can be started inside, because not all plants can be started inside. So remember, for more information, always visit AV Gardening. Today's a good day to garden, and let's get started. Okay, so usually I go. Now it's time to put you guys in a tripod. I forgot to take out the tripod. So let's take out these seedlings. These are definitely ready to pot up. So peppers are good plants to start indoors early. They also, I'm going to put you guys here for a second while I go get the tripod. Also, a good thing about peppers is that I'm going to have to put you guys like this. The peppers are good they transplant very easily.
Hello.
Let me go get the tripod.
Hello. 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 What? I don't like it.
What don't you like?
Oh.
All right. So we got all our little supplies here. For all of our seeds, we have plenty of plants that need to thin and need to get set up for the outdoors. So we have these set of seedlings. These are our extra large peppers. We have our next set of seedlings. We're just checking in on these. These are our banana peppers that have started. The other peppers grew and came out. So these are the banana peppers here that are sprouting. They're doing okay. This, as you see, is missing because those are where the mustard greens were. Yes? Yes?
Who's a heart?
Yes, that's a heart. All right. Then we have
Who's a heart?
some of our plants here. So the same day we did those peppers, we did these also. So we have our banana peppers that are in hydroponics. So as you can see the difference between growing in soil and hydroponics. Yes, they both are healthy, but we planted these on the same day from the same pepper plants. And these are the banana peppers in the soil. And these are the banana peppers in this grow medium, which is called rock wool. And it's not in the hydroponic system, but they are hydroponically because they are planted with no water. So that's this seed starter. Then these are our mustard greens here, I believe. And they're very little and they're starting. So we're just going to let them keep on keeping on. I believe so. They have the beginnings of mustard greens, but I remember putting this much seeds. Apparently I did. I was like, usually I put 2 or 3, but yes, we put in a lot of seeds this time. So this is our mustard green startings, and these are pepper startings. So these definitely need to be thinned or put into the system. These we are going to pot up to a larger size. And then we have a few more plants that we also need, some seedlings that we also need adjusting. So we also have these seedlings here. In our other system, our click and grow, these did not sprout on this side. However, these have grown, sprouted. There are quite a few of them in there sprouting, and only one could thrive in the container. So we are going to have to thin this out also. So we got a lot of plants to thin. When we thin the plants, you don't have to throw them out. We are going to be thinning them and putting them in our planting container. And then we have our seed collections, both regular seeds and then gardening seeds, or however we want to plant them, that we are going to be deciding for our next set. After we take this out, we're going to put another set in there to start of plants. Now in our garden, we have some plants here. We have some kale. I have to find the kale. Take y'all with me. Maybe y'all can find it before me. Our garden is full here. We have some kale that was only supposed to be started in here, and that's it. So we are going to find said kale, and we are going to take it out and have it, I think I see it. Take it out and put it in separate containers because it's only supposed to be one of them in here. And actually, I wanted none of them growing in here. Kale does grow in all, oh, somebody was drinking from the kale. Look at that root in there. Look at the root. So someone had their roots in our kale, making things difficult, but our kale still survived in this environment. So we are just going to thin it and put them in their own pots. This kale is to go outside. Our kale right now, it's been outside year round and it is doing well. It went outside last winter and it's a whole year and our kale is still outside producing and growing. It's in the back. Hold on. It's going to get this root inside. This one's fully coming out of the garden system. I'm not leaving any of them in there. Because again, some plants as you saw grow really fast in the garden. Kale is one of them. And we don't eat it as fast as it grows. So we're gonna let it grow its normal pace outside. So this is our kale right here. I'm just gonna move it over and then, yes, Addie. And then let's see who is in here. Whose roots are those? So let's see who was eating from our kale. We have some roots hanging in our kale space. These are our roots right here. Yes?
I fell down.
What? What is it? You're not falling. What happened to your show, BIP? You left him. You left them. Yes, you left them. All right, so we're going to take this out. This is usually the closest, so the closest is usually the one. So we are going to stick the roots back in there. This is our spinach plant. I'm probably going to take the spinach plant outside eventually. All right, come stand up here. This spinach plant is doing okay. I didn't mean to have so many spinach plants, but this one was labeled incorrectly. So that's why it's here. So I had an extra spinach that came up when I was expecting another plant to come up. So here we are. So this one is going to definitely go outside. Yes? And we are going to, I'm putting the roots back in so it's not pestering any other plants. Yes? Yes? What would you like? Tell me. You want to touch the roots? You want to touch it? Not the camera, the plants right here. The roots. These are roots. These are roots. This is where the plant drinks. It's like their little tongue. And they drink their water. Okay. So let's put this one back in here.
Mama.
Let's put this one back in. Has a little bit of algae exposure. This plant's been here for a very long time. And I don't want to leave this hole open in case it starts. Yes? What are you scared of? Come now. We don't want to leave that hole open in case it starts the watering process. So that spinach, again, that was not a spinach plant that we expected. I am going to now, we're taking out our kale. So let's just put this in here and cover it. Of course, our banana pepper, one of our banana pepper plants can go here, but we will do that later. So go back to our seedlings that we are going to be adjusting. And we have all of our equipment back there. All right, so let's get a cover really quick so that doesn't water through. And we're gonna go through. Our covers are here. This is our cover container right here. Our cover should be full. Here they are. Okay. So let's put our cover on. It was right out the whole time. And then we are going to, one day we're going to go through our garden and see what's ready to pull. So on our, today, let's start with our large peppers. We have our kale here. Move this here. And let's start with our larger peppers. First thing we're going to be doing is potting up our peppers to make room for new seedlings. So what we're going to be doing is these are our very large peppers. These are some of our tools. This is a kit that I use for growing microgreens. However, it's very, very green. So I'm going to use some of the lids and the trays to hold out. Yes?
I want to do it.
What do you want to do?
Do it. With your tablet.
Your tablet? All right, go. It's over there. Go get your tablet. You say you want your tablet?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Then you can stay. Hold on. Okay. So we have our containers that we're leveling them up to. So we're not gonna, this is a very, very small starter. Then we're gonna go to our next size up. This is 0.2? So that's 20%, 1/5. So it's about 1/5 of a gallon size. We're gonna put these little bags here, and we're gonna pot our plants into a larger size. Now, if you do not have these bags, you can also get something like a cup, which I showed before how we do the double cup method. These bags, however, there's a lot of them for a good price. You can reuse them. The stuff stays in, very breathable material. I like them because the air is very breathable and it's easier to transfer the plants into from one to the next. So first thing first is, well, let's move these out of the way because these aren't, actually, so we don't get any soil on them, let's get these out of the way first. We have our peppers. Some are still kind of growing in new. These are not, we will thin them when they get bigger. However, they can start getting food and going into the system. Yes? Go, you can walk. She doesn't want to go to what she wants to do. All right, so we have these. Actually, I'm going to let them grow here a little longer because we still have some seeds that have not sprouted in this one. And then we have seeds that are beginning sprouting, as you can see here. Yes, Addie? Visit? These two are good, but they don't have mature roots. But I'm gonna put this one in the system. And then these are still sprouting here. As you can see, they're sprouting. But they could take a good water. But I want to take them out of the way because I don't want any of the soil to get on them. So we're gonna let these continue their growing. And then when we're ready to add new seed pods in, a little later on in the video from over here, we'll take this back out. But let me just move this from right in front of us so that we don't have any soil falling on it. So when using these bags or cup method, of course, I always talk about watering from below. So I like to water from below, train those roots to reach down and grow and find the water. So these do very well with that since the bag is soft and moist. But when you do water from below, I like to use a container like one of these. And I just leave them in the container, a tray. So this is the method we're going to be using today. Again, these are my trays. These are the covers for the trays for the microgreens. That's actually the green ones are the trays. But I'm going to see how many can fit here before we start using the bottom trays because, the clear ones are just prettier. So yes, Addie. You don't want to get down? She's in my hand. Ugh. All right. So let's start bagging them up here. So we are going to be putting our extra large. These peppers grow to be a foot in size. Here, you open your bags. These peppers grow to be a foot in size. We're going to start putting them in here. let's start with getting our soil.
Here,
So now I'm
Mom.
using a high moisture soil. Before I used a general potting mix. So this is going to be a little higher moisture potting mix. Of course, I'm putting some soil in at the bottom just to get our structure in. So here we go in our little grow bag, our mini grow bags. And then we're going to take out our plants and put them in here. Now, one of the things about these plants, well, how we're going to end up getting a lot is a lot of them, there are 2 and 3 in each container. So we need to separate them out. So it'll be 1 in each container, and we'll have a lot of pepper plants after that. Now, because I always say, yes, I'm remembering everything, I'm not risking it now. We are growing for the spring. These plants are going to be plants that are going to be growing here for a very long time. So I got myself some labels. This is a scissor the kids have been using to open ices. And I'm going to be taking our labels and labeling the containers. So I'm going to cut this here. Just so that we can write our labels. So I made myself some small labels and we're going to stick it on the outside. So let's get our pen out. Let me get the proper name. I do have it in my seed book because we still have some seedlings for those peppers. Some seeds for those peppers. So let me get the proper name out. Oh, Giant Noble Spinach. That's not what it is. The proper name is Marconi. Red Marconi sweet peppers. So I'm going to write. Oh, you guys can't see what's going on here. More Marconi sweet peppers.
Peppers?
Yes.
Peppers. Yes, peppers.
All right, so we have them labeled. So what I'm going to be doing is labeling the outside of our, since we're going to be growing a lot more peppers this season. And if I used the marker side, I don't know if it dried yet. So we are going to be we're potting up our peppers. Let's put this away so our team member here doesn't lose them or empty out the bag. We've had that happen. Let's get them away from any type of liquid or water.
Here,
So of course they are very mature and they're going to be, thank you. They're going to be inside. Let's start taking them out. This one has 2. Let me go every time I go, and then here you go. When I get to this point, I go, oh, I should get my spoon. Here I have a little tool. But again, as you've seen in previous videos, you can use a little plastic spoon. You can use anything you like to get them out. But we are doing 1 pepper per container. Of course, just so that we had good, move you out to the center. There we go. So that we would have good germination rates. We did more than 1. However, we've had exceptional germination rates. So we got 2 little plants. We got a pepper plant here. We're keeping our neck above the edge. But we're going to soil it right up to the neck of the plants. Prevent, you know we want to prevent lingy plants. You don't want that. Let's get you guys a different angle here. So we are getting our bag full. We want our plant to be right at the neck of the bag to get maximum growing space. So this is going to be its final stop before it's potted. I'm not sure if I'm going to just pot it directly in a pot, an individual pot. Some of them I will be planting in the pots. The other ones are going to go in our green stalk inside. We have green stalks outside. But we want nice, strong plants. when we transplant them there. And then this is easy because they're in their individual section. You don't have to take them outside of their container. So a lot of plants do not transplant very well. Peppers do. It's a plant that you can transplant without much issues. However, if your plant does have problems transplanting very well, is a plant that does not transplant very well. So there's some plants that don't transplant very well. And there's some plants that's 100% no, do not transplant. So the mustard greens is a do not transplant very well. This one is a transplants very well. And plants like carrots are 100% don't transplant. So this plant fits in here very well. It can transplant, but these type of changing is good for plants that don't transplant very well also, because you don't disturb the roots. When we take this to take it outside, lift up the whole thing and you take it out. There's not much that it has to go through. So we have our next set. Yes? All right, you're excused. So these are Marcon peppers. I'm going to bring the soil a little closer. I feel like I have to walk far. And then this is our moisture control potting mix. So the plant is going to grow a lot more in this container, and this is going to be where it's going to stay until it's very large and the weather warms up. We're in January, so I would say until our last frost. And it doesn't matter what zone you're in. We have on AV Garden, we have a zone checker, our hardiness zone checker, to let you know exactly what zone you're in. But regardless of what zone you're in, you can always look up what your last frost date is. So everywhere, if you're in the United States, however, everywhere, because I do know quite a few of you are tuning in from other countries. If you're in the United States, your zone, your hardiness zone is, you can look up your frost date, and anything we plant today should do very well indoors until April, March. I think for most of the United States, the last frost date is in April. In where I used to live in New York City, we would start planting in April. Start planting outdoors in April. And we got a lot of rain then. It was really great. Great for the plants. Let's say April showers bring May flowers. All right, so we are going to be moving these plants over. Getting a lot of soil in our little tray here. Yes? What did you hurt? All right, we're gonna have to check on our team member. She's walking. She says she hurts. So let's go. Oh, she came. Okay. Here you go. We got it for you. Okay. Is this what you want? Or do you want one of these? Here, let's take off your sweater. It is warm. It's getting warm, but in the mornings, it's pretty cold. So when we went outside today, we dressed very warm. All right, there we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we have our peppers coming up. So as you can see, this one tray is yielding quite a few pepper plants. And some of these are going to be planted inside and some are going to be planted outside. So we are going to get as much as we can get started today. So that's why I brought out a lot of trays with me. We have our next bag. Uh-oh, you got to turn it down. What is this? Yes, the volume is very loud. There you go. All right. So then we have, we're going to go through these again. So again, you want to fill the soil up. Not the full thing, just the bottom. Put in the plant and then fill up around it. So I'm putting soil into about a quarter of the bag. or the bottom layer, because we're planting it a lot deeper than it is. As you can see, the necks are really tall. So we are going to be planting a little deeper. So let's give this one a tall neck.
What
So
did it do it?
One seed in there.
Mom.
Yes?
What did it do it?
I don't know what he's doing. This one's very dry.
Do it.
And pick it up. Nice root system. And we're keeping them. So I usually put them on the side of the bag just to hold it up so it doesn't go too deep. And then center them as we put the soil in. So we want it to be neck height with the bag. I don't want this one to miss. So we don't want to bury the plant, but we want to get the soil in there. And of course, you want to be very gentle. This cup is filled to the top. Make a little bit of a mess, but just a little bit of a mess. Nothing too big. Yes, and as we fill it up, all right, this is too deep. I try to keep them up. We don't want it to, we're not burying it. This is not like potatoes where you bury it and then it grows through. This plant has come through a little already. So we are just putting it up to its neck. We're watering from the bottom, so I'm not too worried about the plant. These bottom leaves, like how the bottom leaf is touching. But you don't want the bottom leaves on the ground, but we're not wetting the top. Yes? Don't know, how'd you get here? You want this one? All right, let me pick it out. Let me get the right one for you. This is yours. There you go. Now you can pick what you want. Okay, there we go. So of course we want them up to their necks. So I settled the bag a little on my own, but we want them above the level of the bag because we don't want the bag to shade the light. So we still want them to be able to access the light. Whoops. There we go. Bumping into the other plants. We want this a little higher than the light. So lift it up just a little. There we go. Got a lot of soil in the tray. So I'm going to be watering it from there. I'm going to actually take them out. We want a tray to be nice and clear and clean. I'll do the tray in a second. Let me dust it off. That's part of the coolness of having a clear tray. We got the soil. I'm going to start bagging them outside the tray and then putting them in the tray. Because it's much easier to get this stuff off of the table. Table's glass. All right, so this is where they're going to live and how they're going to be watered. We're just going to be adding water to this tray. And they can drink the water up from the bottom because the bag is breathable and can absorb water. So keep things nice and airy. All right, next bag. So yeah, so after we fill these up, we will then drop this in here. Uh-oh. After we fill these up, we will then put something else to grow. So we got our seed book there. Now, of course, none of our root plants can be started early. However, a lot of the root plants can handle cold weather. So a good thing for us is our root plants are already outside in our green stock, under our frost cover, doing their thing. So green stock, a of plants that are root vegetables cannot be started early. But the ones that we have outside have been started because they are able to tolerate. Oh, wait, this is my running. There we go. They're able to tolerate the weather. Hi. So a comment.
Hi, Mom.
Also, the reason why we're using these little bags is to transplant these seedlings into larger containers. Now, you can use plastic cups, which I showed earlier. You can buy a ton of plastic containers, or you can use these reusable, less expensive, more eco-friendly bags, biodegradable bags. They're breathable. They help the plants to grow from the bottom. So we are potting up these have outgrown their seedling tray. The seedling tray is very good for germination. I put many seeds in one square in the seedling tray. So germination is good. We've already passed our germination stage. So our seedling tray is good for the germination, but these are where the plants are going to mature to not fruiting size, but at least strong enough to just go outside and encounter the elements, the animals, things running by them, ants, all type of pests. If we took this outside at this point, when it's more mature and the pest attacks it, the plant usually does pretty good. It's not like it probably won't be destroyed. But we're making sure that we get our head start indoors so that when we do take these plants outside for our spring months, when our frost is finished, they'll be nice and mature and ready. So we are putting them in mini grow bags. Some people grow with larger grow bags. I use grow bags for my potatoes. But I like to do anything I can do vertically. I do vertically as well. But the potatoes I do in grow bags. And grow bags are a nice way in case you don't want it's a nice way to make raised beds also. But they're gentle enough so that roots can form, they can grow through, it can absorb water, it's breathable, it's very healthy for the plant. All right, so we're going through our bags. We're adding them. Yeah, little sounds of nature. Be very gentle. Our roots, I hold them by their neck. Put the roots towards the center of the bag, but they're going to grow in any direction they need to grow. Of course, once we finish the tray, we're watering the tray from the bottom, draining out the water. I'm not going to leave the water in there for these because the soil is very moist already. This is a moisture controlled soil. A little higher quality potting soil. I like using this stage for plants starting off their life. So they're not newborns. Let's say this is childhood for the plants. This is the plant's childhood stage. So they're gonna grow out their childhood stage. If you went to the store, big box store, this is the stage where you get them. So we are bringing our plants up to that stage. So then by September, we have nice, healthy plants that could just easily be moved. These bags make them very easy transplantable. But yeah, these plants, these are very large peppers. So this plant's gonna grow pretty large. So we want to put them in here. I also put them in this mix because at this stage, you can start feeding them if you like. I'm not mixing any slow release food into it right now. However, once we start watering, I will be adding in water soluble food for the plants because they're at the age they haven't gotten their true leaves yet. Let me see. Let me look at the pepper leaf. Yeah, they actually have. These are the true leaves here. Not the baby leaves. These right here are the baby leaves. But these are true leaves. They have a little more character shape. So they have started getting their true leaves so they can start to receive food if you like to.
A fish.
And of course, the soil usually comes with some food in it too. But you can add some food if you like. This is some of the soil that was in the plants when they were children. It's a different type of soil. It's a lot drier. Mix. We want the soil as rich as possible for our next stage of growth. But of course, you can use the rich soil in the other ones. And this, why I put them in these type of trays, it also makes it easier when it does start to get warm. So it's not too warm now, but we do have days where it's going to be in the 70s. You can take the plant outside in those days. Just pick up the whole tray, sit them outside, and let them start to get acclimated to outside a lot easier. Let's see, we got 2 in here. Now, I love peppers. One of my favorite things to eat. Whoops. This one, I pulled it too hard. I felt the root not come up with me. All right, so yeah, so usually you lift to get the root going. A piece of the root did snap, but a lot of the root is still there. So it's okay. If you do feel something snap or break, it's okay. We have, I forgot what I was going to say when that happened. These red peppers are larger plants, as I said before. But almost all pepper plants, you can grow them. They grow pretty large, all of them. However, depending on the size pot you plant them in.
What's it evil?
However,
Mom.
yes?
What's it evil?
Evo?
Evils.
Oh, I don't know. However, pepper plants, you want them in, their roots don't grow too deep. But this is not the plant pots they're going to be in. You can plant them in pots like this, but I would advise a larger size. Because it's not like they won't grow. I mean, probably not this size peppers. But because in our hydroponic system, the containers are smaller and we are eating peppers there daily. So it's not that they won't grow. They just won't grow as large as they can grow. I also want to have one of the type of peppers that I use in my hydroponic system, which are a little smaller variety. So here we go. So we have our tray of peppers. So with this, we're going to add our water in to water it in, let it get some food from the bottom. And for now, it's going to go right back where it was, in there, under the lights, and just hang out there. I'm going to put one under the light in the, the artificial light. Then we're going to put a couple in the kitchen for our south facing windows. So let's go to our next one. I might have to separate the video and do a separate one for our garden transplants, just because this one's really long. There goes our peppers. So these are red peppers. Marconi sweet peppers. Yes, so they grow very, very large. And since I like peppers so much, I wanted a larger variety. Excuse me, taking a sip of water. I want a larger variety.
Mom,
Yes.
the water?
Yes, that's water for the plants. I want a larger variety, so one plant, one set of One plant, one salad. One pepper, one salad. Right now, it takes many peppers, one salad. So I wanted one pepper, one salad. But I know it's been the holidays and we haven't been doing much. Our plants have been growing. I have been doing a lot of plant eating, but not a lot of gardening. So the next few, I'd say few days, we're gonna have a lot of garden catch up to do. We're gonna have to do a video on going through our garden, a hydroponic garden, see who's doing well, see who's not doing well, who we need to move out, who needs to be in one of these bags and moved into soil, like our kale. We might have to do our kale in another video. Our kale is definitely for outside because the kale that came out of our garden is still doing very well. It's doing excellent. They were like, it's in the part of the garden, 8 million weeds grew, and it did not choke out the kale. The kale is standing strong. Only a few plants were able to stand strong with when all the weeds came in. Oh, I forgot our plan from the last batch over there, which is not to do it in here. We're getting some stuff in our sequence, so can't put stuff in our sequence. Yeah, so our kale is doing very well year round. I'm gonna take a picture of the kale. I can see the kale from upstairs, outside. You can see our kale. But everywhere there's a grow light, I try to add some of the plants so that I don't have to add more lights and they could use each other's light. There's like one sun. So one sun, many plants. All right, we got a lot of little plants here. See if we got any super large ones growing. There's 3 of them right here in this one container. So we're gonna get one of these, well, all 3 of them out. These are some very good seeds. Germination rate was in the 90s. I think I put 2 in each section, and there's probably only one section that only had 1 in it. Of course, we gotta separate them before they get too entangled. There we go. So we got a very large and healthy root system. So we're gonna keep these inside until it gets consistently warm. And then after it starts getting warm, I'm gonna put them out just during the daytime for them to harden a little, have some fun in the sun. And then after, we'll move them outside full time, and then we transplant them. So those are the steps. We don't want to put them outside and we don't want to shock them. New environment, new place, new weather, new temperature all at once, because inside temperature is pretty consistent. It does, of course, change for humidity based on the season and based on how I'm feeling. But we have our team member here. These are our banana peppers. She's moving them around. We want to, and let me make another label so I don't confuse anything, because we are going to have to put let me sit down. We're going to have to put our kale in these containers, and we're going to also put that yellow pepper in there. So we got to make sure we know. And different things are happening with the kale and the yellow pepper. I might have the yellow pepper stay inside or just stay in the sunroom. It's only like one of them, 1 or 2. These little labels. I just cut up one large label that I have, a shipping label, into little strips. That way I can adjust it. You know, every time we go, oh no, label, we're doing labels this time. Because it's a lot of peppers. I really enjoyed peppers this winter. I enjoy eating them, putting them into things. They taste so great. So I'm like, you know what, this year I'm going to plant a lot more. At one point over the holidays, I was eating them in breakfast food, salad, seasoning, everything. So I'm like, I need a little more of these. Well, not a little more, a lot more. We ate all the peppers off of our garden. All the peppers that are planted in the small spot. We had a really great harvest with our habaneros. I harvested them, I think it was the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve. I took them over. My mom made a sauce. That video will be up soon. I'll show you how to make a sauce with them. Yes, I try to be as gentle as I can with the roots. So as you saw one just drop there. I try not to do too much touching of them, but I also don't want them snapping. So that's kind of what we're trying to avoid when we pull them out into the other containers, for them to snap. Don't want them to snap. Also, we do not want our peppers, as I said, we don't want them to snap, but we also, if they do snap, it's okay as long as there's like one root area still on them. So if you do snap a plant, don't feel bad. You know, things happen. Or just now I heard one of my roots snap. If it snaps, it's okay. So as long as there's one root area connected to the bottom, it should be able to recover. So don't feel bad. So there we go. The good thing about these bags, it's like 100 of them for a very small price. I know it was way under $10. So we can get tons of mid-size plants going. The mid-size baby plants going. We're getting these in good order here. So this one, is true leaves are just beginning. But it was in a container with 3, so I'm sure it was fighting for nutrients. And peppers are a plant that can take a lot of nutrients. I'm not going to be giving it nutrients today because it is going into a new set of soil, and this soil has nutrients in it already.
Mom.
Yes.
I want Eva.
You want Eva? Okay, hold on.
It.
She wants to see her Eva. All right, Eva.
No.
You want Eva?
No.
Yes or no?
Oh my God.
All right, let's go to Eva.
Please.
All right, we're getting Eva for you. All right, just give it a second while we get her Eva. You have to get into the right section for Eva because you keep going into the there we go. Yo, you can find her? Okay. There we go.
Mom.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Mimi's.
This is just another method you can use if you don't want to use the plastic, and a double cup method. After we pass our germination stage. So we're not mature plants, but we're bringing them into mature plants. We're not in the super growth stage. We're just in the growing stage. So we're not in the fruiting stage. We also don't have them at massive size yet, full mass. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna do this. We're gonna have to do another video for our kale and our yellow peppers. We have to get the kale out. We got a lot of videos to do. We got a lot of gardening to keep up with, to catch up with. But it's okay. The good thing about it is, if I left these plants in here, they would have still been doing good. They may have started rooting outside of the container. That's happening when you leave them in too long, or you see the roots building up. So it's okay if you leave them in here for a longer time. I just wanted to give them room to grow, since 2 and 3 sprouted in one container. So it wasn't like it was just one per cube. It was more than one per cube. So they needed to be thin so they can grow and expand. And as soon as you thin them and separate them, sometimes you're surprised at how much they expand and how quickly. And we just let them grow and fill their roots in here. Sometimes some of these plants are strong. They root right through. There we go. We got our little grow bags. So again, if you don't have these grow bags, you can use what you do have. As I showed in the other method with the mustard greens, we have our double cup method where we use the cups. I have some in self-watering pots for this stage. But these are much more easier to transplant. Uh-oh, we got some on the top. That's message. All right, so we got our Marconi extra large peppers. I'm very excited about these peppers. Let's see if we can increase our speed here, because I did want to get to some more seedlings, not just peppers, to get started.
I like it.
That's what this video is about. And we're taking most of our time just getting them in the bags. Yes, you don't like it? Let me find Eva. You asked for Eva. That's not Eva.
No.
You left Eva. She asked to see her friend Eva online. You didn't find her. No, she doesn't like it.
Yay!
Yay. There we go. Okay, but I do want to get to more plants that you could plant. So I think you guys got the gist of how we do our pepper plants. Oh,
Yay!
You got the gist of how we do our pepper plants in the bags. Let me do one more. Well, that's a new tray. So you got the gist of how we do our pepper plants. So these are our Marconi peppers. Let's now do our let's see which one we want to do. Kale. Kale, I'm gonna put on this because this feels like it will go in the kitchen. So it could be a brighter shade of green. The kitchen is green. It matches. And then I'm just gonna do one kale, a few kales, and then we will sit down and talk about the plants for a little while. And then we can fill the rest. All right, so kale, all these should be enough for the kale. These are the 6. Pretty easy. Put a cup. I'm using a cup to take it out. I have a pretty large soil bag behind me. All right, so our kale, here's our kale here. It's healthy roots. Matter of fact, I see like I'm so undecided. We need to finish the peppers. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish the peppers. We're going to change the title of this video. That's what we're going to do. Because I'm like, I want to start kale fresh on its own video. We'll change the title of this video. And we'll just do it only about the peppers. And then we will do the kale next. We'll do another video, so you guys should just join me in the next video for the kale. Let's continue with the peppers. Let's use this container. Because I just thought about it. Then I was like, when will we find time to finish the peppers? Let's finish our peppers. So how things change sometimes. What? Let's look at this. So yeah, sometimes they grow really large and they root past the bottom. Then it's a little harder to pull them out. There you go. So this is a very large rooting system. The roots outside. Yeah, bag behind me. We're just going to do the kale in another video. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the peppers, but at the end. You know, usually I do it at the beginning, but we're going to do it at the end because this is only going to be about these peppers. So we get you some facts.
Facts?
Yes, facts.
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 No, you didn't facts.
You want to hear the facts on the...
I want.
Ooh. It's the fun part.
I want the new. I want the new. I like it. I don't like it.
Don't like it? What don't you like?
I don't want it.
Do you like Eva?
No. What's the white? Mom, what's the white?
What are you right?
Yes. Boop, boop, boop. I have a wires. Wires. Okay, to the wires. It's just a put up. No, what? Here's the wire.
Patty.
That's a water.
Yes, that's the water.
And also, see,
Yes, you spilled some water.
feel water. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Yes, your hand is wet.
What? Issue. Okay.
A little one here. Got like bullied out a little bit by the big one. I'm gonna put it back in there. See if it can catch. It was fighting. It was not the fittest. Survival of the fittest, and that one wasn't the fittest.
No, go. Ooh, ooh, aha. And on the tables, it's great for the water. Fish.
No, don't water, don't water. It doesn't need watering. You got a team member watering over there. No. You don't have to water. It's not watering time yet. We don't water from the top.
I got the water.
Yes, the. I got a pretty tall one here.
The water. No.
Yeah, a little bit. We gotta get you a picture of these. What they look like. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Help. Uh-oh. Help. Uh-oh. Help. Help.
Don't bite it.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if this is stand up. Got some fighters in there. Got a next bag. Addy. That's 3. Oh yeah. You gotta shake them loose. We don't want to injure anybody because they're a little tangled. Just not lightly.
Water. Water.
All right, let's write our name again. This is a full batch here.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna put them after our name. You sit down. Ooh. So again, these are
That's
our
water.
red. Arconi. Sweet. Peppers.
I use the pot. Read the bottle.
Hopefully I wrote on the right side. See, look, I knew it. So I have to be gardening for so many hours. Let's write on the wrong side. You gotta write on the right side.
No.
Red.
No.
Coney. Sweet. Peppers. Yes, at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you some more information on the peppers. Addie, stop.
Stop.
Yes, I'm gonna give you some more information on these peppers, their growing zone, their likes, their dislikes. Most peppers do like full sun, 8 to 12 days. I'm gonna give you the full breakdown. Okay, don't break it. I'll give you the full breakdown of the peppers because we were gonna do quite a few other plants, but I'm gonna have to put those in a separate video. So right now we have our peppers. We're going to do all the seedlings for the spring, but we didn't get that far. I mean, we did one and it took the whole hour. So we're going to do the others in a separate video. But the video will be very soon, probably about 5 minutes after this one closes, we'll open up the next one. And our next video would be on the kale. All right. Don't adjust the team, please. Our team member is moving you guys. And so our kale, I'm going to do, it's 3 peppers. I'm going to do kale and both of them in this one container. You're going to drop them.
Mom.
So we're going to pick up our next video where we leave off on this one. So we got 3 of them in here.
I want it.
All right.
I want white.
What do you want?
I want white. I want white.
Do you want Eva?
No.
You don't want Eva?
I want it.
Yes, you want Eva? You want Ron?
No.
No? So we're going to put these in here because only some of they're going to be half and half this container. I'm going to put the red in here and the yellow in here. That also should be a next video. So the next 2 videos today will be kale
Mommy.
and the yellow peppers. So the yellow peppers
Mama.
are growing pretty large in their container.
Mama.
Yes.
I want juice.
Juice? Where's your cup? Your cup is over there. Go get your cup. All right, this one's out already. You can see these are a little dry and peeling up because 3 of them were in the container together. So they were kind of competing in a way for nutrients. Actually, 3 of them in the container together. 1 was really tall and the other 2 were small and lanky a little. The other 2, the 1 was eating all the food for the other 2. So giving it its own space now to do its own thing. Hope it gets a better recovery. I'm going to put this in with the yellow peppers because there's only a few yellow peppers. There you go. We got your, then we have 2. So we have two spaces for our red peppers. And then I'm going to give you guys a breakdown and some information on these peppers. And then we'll switch over to our next one where we do the yellow peppers in our click row because the yellow peppers, I mean, we have the tray out. And then we do our kale. And this kale has been here growing and waiting to go for quite some time. So these are all of our peppers we've done so far. Out of this one tray. So out of this one seedling tray with, how many ports is this? 3 times 4, 12 ports. We got, what is it, 6 in each? 6 times 3, 18. And 2, 20. and 2 more, 22. We got 22 plants out of this seedling, 9 seedling tray planter here. So we are doing pretty good. That's why sometimes I just do half and half, because a lot of plants can come out of a small area. So that's a very small seedling tray. We have 22 pepper plants, and then each plant is produced. Now, of course, you want to do a little extra because things happen. Uh-oh. Things happen, and you know, the cat might blow the wind over. The other plant, our mustard greens, our team member, the first day they were out of the seedling tray, she threw them all over. They did recover, but you know, that could have been a devastating accident because they all fell out of the soil and everything. So you do want to plant always a lot more than needed. You know, the wind can come. The other day, the cat and the rabbit got into a fight in our sunroom and knocked down all of our seedlings. So all types of stuff happen. Which is no reflection. Okay, we're gonna get you some juice. No reflection on, you know, skill.
Juice.
It's just life is happening outside. But we got 22 out of our seedling. Yes, we're gonna give you juice. This is the last one.
Mom,
Yes,
I want juice.
this one's very teeny.
I want juice. I want. Huh? Right there.
Let's just make a space in it.
There.
So this one doesn't have an extensive root system. It's
Mama.
yes, you're gonna get more. All right, so you guys give me. You okay? 1 minute to get her juice, and then we will go over facts of this plant.
Mom.
Yes, yes,
want
yes. We are
juice.
coming. So just as you can see, she's not even waiting for the 1 minute.
I want juice.
So we got 1 minute, and then we are gonna refill this
Mom.
seedling tray with new plants, new soil. But we're gonna do that all in one video together because we gotta pick the seeds and read them and discuss and think about it. So 1 minute, let me get her juice, and we're gonna talk about these peppers.
Peppers.
Yeah, the peppers. The red peppers. There you go, juice. Look left here. All right, now let's get the pepper information. All right, so let's get our details on our peppers. Right here we have 3 sets. Let's come around this way because we will be looking at the other ones also. So let's get them out really quick. What is that? I hear music playing. Oh, she has her. Uh-oh. She has her tablet playing. All right, so our plan for these peppers, since I'm growing so many of them, is to put them in some indoors and some outdoors. Okay, so we're checking on these are Marconi, okay, red peppers. They are sweet peppers, and they have a very long shape and a mild flavor. They are good for, let's see, salads. I like them for salads. I like them for seasoning food, seasoning meat. When we did our first seed planting, so we have videos where we do our seed planting on these peppers. We planted them 3 in a pot, and this is where they're grown up to. They're also known as Italian frying peppers. They're called sweet long peppers.
Drippies.
What do you want?
Drippies.
Okay. All right, we'll change it in a second. The plant grows about 3 feet tall, so it doesn't grow too tall. Yes. Okay, 1 second. Let's get her show. You put this on. Yes, you're the one changing it. All right, I'm back again with take 2. So we're talking about our Marconi peppers. It grows to about 3 feet tall. It's a shallow plant. It takes lots of natural sunlight. It's a warm weather plant. It took us about 2 weeks, which is average for peppers, to germinate. And we have a video on that. So if you'd like to go back and look at that video where we originally started the seeds, and it stays green for about 60 days, and then it takes about 90 days to harvest. So right now our peppers are in its just left germination stage, and it's in their seedling stage, and we're bringing them to a smaller stage plant where we're going to keep them inside. They can grow inside like all of our other pepper plants, but they need 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight, which is not too bad, not too much sunlight. Our plants in our garden are getting 16 hours. Our click grow is another 16 hours. They're a little more than 12 hours. So our plants are getting a lot of sunlight. They're getting around 16 hours also. 16 to 18 hours, so that's twice the amount of sunlight needed. So this is a good plant especially for our planter like our green stalk, where we could turn it where it doesn't need as much sunlight as others. So 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. So this does not have to be in the south facing area. I'm going to have some grow under our natural light and in our citrus corner where there gets a little more than 8 hours of sunlight, but it is south facing. It can grow indoors and outdoors. Grow lights are essential for fruit production, but again, we have them growing in our south facing windows pretty well. And it likes well drained soil. So this is our Marconi red peppers. I just planted them in. I did not give them a super great watering in. I do bottom water my plants. So let me show you how we go about bottom watering these plants. So there's so many of them right now. And to not waste water, you can, if you want to, you can put all of them in together. What I do to not waste water is, I'm just filling up my watering can with water. To not waste water, what I do is I water one at a time. After the 5 minutes is up, then I just empty the water out and put it in this one. Then after the water out and put it in that one. So I just put water in this one for the 5 minutes, right in the container. Is the bottoms all wet? No, it's just filling up one section. All right. So I'm filling it up to the little circle right here. There's a little circle in the middle. So just getting lightly watered. There we go. And we are going to leave it in there for about 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes of absorption is finished, then I'm just going to pour the water out of this tray and put it into this one. So that has been our red Marconi peppers. Oh, let me show you a picture of them grown, because I know a lot of people would like to know what they look like. Let me go get my tablet so you guys can get a picture of what they look like. Of course, once this is up online, then I will put them. There we go. I will put them in, I'll put the picture there. But for now, here's a picture of what they look like. So they're very long peppers, about the size of someone's hand. So these are the peppers that we're growing there. All right. So as I said, give me about 3 minutes and we are going to be doing our seedlings for our click and grow. So as you can see, there are crowded in here. That's, I'm going to put them in this section with the other peppers. There's 1, 2, there's a few of them smaller ones in there, but we have to thin them. We can't let them all grow up in this tight space. So we're going to thin them out and put our yellow peppers in a different area. So thank you very much for joining us. It's been Angeline and the team. Remember, for more information, visit avgardening.com. Yes, the excerpts I read will definitely be on there. We do have a planting guide. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm just going to go through the list. We have these videos to do. We have our banana peppers to thin. We have our kale to thin. And we have to pick out our seeds to plant in our seedling tray now that it's empty. We will be doing those today. So if you stay tuned, it's going to be a new link. And we're going to do kale. Then we're going to do our yellow peppers, kale, then pick out our seeds from our seedling book, which is what we set it out to do. Pick out our January seeds. So if you joined this video, we ended up not getting to pick out our January seeds, but today we'll definitely be picking out our January seeds. Thank you very much for joining, and I will talk to you guys next time. And goodbye for now. Remember to stay green always.